웃으면 생겨 말할 땐 맞아.
Hey WOOSUNG, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Not too bad. It's been a good couple of years since you've been back to Australia.
Yeah, it's been what, like 2.5, 3 almost, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, we miss your voice down here. You know, I remember being like front stage, like listening to you like bang out those songs. It was good memories.
Oh man, I hope I didn't spit on you while singing.
Nowadays, I'd be wearing a mask, but all good.
Amazing.
So, what do you remember about your trip to Australia?
Well, I remember that I felt like it was a lot like my hometown, which gave me more of like the comfortable, like cozy feeling. Just because like the weather's so nice and like the ocean, the sky is beautiful. I think the one thing I remember about it is we went to a restaurant and we ate it was like maratang. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, Malatung. Yeah, where you like put different foods in there and they make a hot pot.
That was an experience, and you know, it was good. It was good. I think Australia was more like one of the more chill countries we went to, just because the schedule was very like relaxed as well. So we got actually time to enjoy, you know.
I'm glad that you got to try some great authentic Asian food in Australia.
Right? I know.
Australia's very multicultural, and so we have some really great produce to create good foods. But since then, you've done so much, obviously. Congratulations on your new music. From Lazy, now you got Dimples.
Thank you.
Do you want to tell us a bit about your new releases?
Yeah, so I mean, it's straightforward. Lazy is about being lazy. Dimples is about falling into a trap, which is like a dimple next to your lips.
Yeah, and I also liked the analogy of lazy, actually. Sometimes it is so important just to chill out and relax and like turn off. And you know, I guess it all does kind of formulate from really simple meanings, but they are also deep as well.
You know, like whenever I write songs, it's more about, you know, how you want to interpret it. So if it's deep for you, then it could go anywhere you want to be, so.
Yeah, okay. And also congratulations, you've set up your own company.
Thank you.
You're going solo. Can you run us through what that process has been like for you personally?
I'm gonna be honest, it's a little hectic, you know. And there's a lot of details that go into it, obviously. You know, I am doing multiple things at once, and you know, sometimes I even get lost or forget. But it's okay because we have a great team with me here, and you know, we're building together. So, learning a lot from the process. Still very new to it, and excited for what's to come.
Yeah. Is it a challenge trying to multitask because, you know, you've got so much control now and, you know, you can choose to be nitpicky, micromanage, macromanage?
Yeah, I'm not a good multitasker in the first place, so yes, it is very challenging. You know, I recently picked up a new habit, which is looking at my calendar every like hour, you know, every 30 minutes, just to make sure, because I just don't want to miss anything, you know? And I write down everything. Because like, you know, one thing is I make a schedule, we call in to do a meeting for something, and then the next thing, if I don't have it written down, I forget, so.
Yeah, fair enough. You're juggling so much. So like I said in the beginning, or I personally miss your unique voice here in Australia, and so many Aussies do. Any chance that we can get a bit of a vocal rendition of either Dimples or Lazy? Up to you.
Okay, yeah. Which one do you want to hear? Let's go with Dimples. 웃으면 생겨 말할 땐 맞아. 그려진 자국이 너무 선명해. When I look at you, baby, all I see 빨간 볼에 보조개, girl, yeah. Yeah.
Woo!
That was a first. I don't think I've ever sang that live for anyone yet.
Yeah!
Yeah.
So speaking about your music as well, I know that I have heard that you've got a large backlog of music that you've written already. How large is this backlog that you've made?
For the recent album that I just finished, that I wrote 2 years ago, these songs are, you know, brighter than the ones I'm writing these days. It's a lot not I don't want to say happier, but I definitely want to say like more colors. It's, you know, more poppy, and I think the songs that I'm writing nowadays is a little bit darker sounding wise, and the tones and everything, and I think I've matured with my age. My music matured as well. So yeah, I mean, if I do want to give you like a little tease for my new album, the one that I wrote like 2 years ago, that's coming out, which would be the title, I guess, right? Before I tell you the title, I was writing this album while I was working on the Rose songs. So I don't know if you know of course you know the Rose because you said you came to a concert. But if you know the Rose's main music sounds and what we write about, it's a little more on the down tempo, right? It's a little more sad, let's say.
Mellow. Yeah.
Right, mellow. So I was writing these songs with a Rose, and then when I was writing my solo songs, I just made it opposite of what I was writing with the Rose. So I think that's why it's sounding a little more, you know, poppy, upbeat, you know, happy. So I was working through different genres, trying to figure out what I was, you know, what I could fit for my solo project, and I literally had so many songs lined up that I just decided to call my album Genre. Too many different songs, too many different kinds. They were all, you know, experimental in the beginning, but out of those experimental songs, I chose what really felt like fit me, and yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, variety is amazing, right, in an album. And it makes a lot of sense to write the opposite while you're, you know, writing something darker for the Rose. Where did you draw your inspiration from when you were going solo? You know, you're like, oh, I want my hair like this. I'm drawing inspiration from this. I want my look to be like this.
I feel like I get it from everywhere, so there's not like one place I get it from. But like I always say, like my biggest inspiration is who is listening to my music, and it will always be. So I think when I write music, when I, you know, try to perform music and think about like what to do with my plans, I always think, the first thing I think about is like, how are the listeners gonna feel about this? You know, how are the listeners gonna, you know, feel like this music fits with this video, this hair, whatever. So yeah, I think that's my biggest inspiration.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense. It seems quite organic. And speaking of that, with your company, you also have mentioned that eventually, as you grow older as an artist, you want to take on artists in the company.
Yeah.
So hypothetically, if you could take on any artist now, who would you choose?
I have two in mind. I actually really do have two in mind. I'm not gonna say who, but they don't even know that I think about this, but I have two young artists in mind, and maybe it's my recent thoughts. Like nothing's set, nothing's been planned, but for me in my own head, it might be sooner than later, I think, to, you know, include some artists in Wolfpack company.
Yeah, right. Wow. Congratulations. Man, I really want to guess who these are.
I think if anything, if anyone were to know, I think the public would know first, because I'll probably shout it out on my Instagram and stuff. So yeah.
Well, speaking of your music shows as well, since you've been on the competition, it's been quite a while now. Does that seem really far away from you? Like that was so long ago?
You know, I think, yeah, with COVID, I feel like I had so much time to spend inside that I kind of lost track of the times I had before. So yes, like even touring in Australia, it seems like ages ago. It almost feels like a dream. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it almost feels like I dreamt about it and had this wonderful dream, and now it's kind of like so far away from my reach that it's becoming less real. Which is good and bad, because that's how much I miss it. But the good thing is that's motivating me to go back sooner.
Yeah, right. I guess you just got to go back through your phone and say, I went there.
Right? I got to see all the videos. Yeah. No, but it feels like someone else when I look at those videos of me touring and those photos of me, it just feels like, is this really me or is it someone else that was there? I don't know.
I get what you're saying. Well, last time you were here with the Rose together, I fed you guys some food as well. I gave you guys some Tim Tams and I gave you...
I do remember that.
But while the Rose is not here, I would like to ask you, is there a message that you would like to give to each member, while they're not around?
You know what though? It's kind of funny because we talk every day. Our personalities are very much like, we say it. We say that we miss each other. We talk about it, we really show our affection towards each other, but just with us. So a heartfelt message, maybe not, but I do miss them.
Simple and sweet, yeah. So again, you're in Korea. You're smashing it through the music industry there, and you've spoken to Eric Nam about this before, but what are some of the challenges of, pursuing a music career, in Korea at the moment?
To be honest, I can't really say that I'm pursuing a music career in Korea. I'm just here to do some schedules. What it started to be was just to do some schedules. I started my album here, so I wanted to finish recording it here, and while I was doing that, I was like, since Lazy is out, I want to go on some radio shows and, and whatnot. My friends' content shows that they were doing. So yeah, I can't really say that I'm really like pursuing music here. It's more of like all over the world in general. So I don't know. Nothing's really too hard at the moment. The only hard thing is just getting the timelines right. Just figuring out where we could go with this and everything. Yeah.
What does a day in the life of WOOSUNG look like nowadays? Just like a really busy day.
Today is a really busy day. So like for me right now, because I work alone and I don't have like a personal manager here in Korea that's gonna, take me everywhere and have all my schedules ready. So for me, it's like wake up in the morning, look at my calendar, drink water. If I have time, eat food. If not, take a taxi or the subway, go wherever the schedule is, finish that, go to the next one, finish that, go to the next one, finish that, go to the next one, finish that, and go home. That's what it is gonna be today. That's what it was yesterday. That's what it was the day before yesterday. So yeah, different every day, but similar in a way.
Don't forget to look after yourself and eat.
Oh no, yeah, I eat very well, thank you.
Okay, great. I also know that you've made music in Los Angeles as well. The music that you make in America, does it turn out kind of different to the music that you make in Korea?
Yes, I mean, like I said before, I don't know if it's because I'm maturing with my music. However, the songs that I recently wrote in America are 180 different than the ones that I wrote back in Korea, which is my newest album. Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, I really don't know if it's, the environment or if it's just my mindset. Yeah.
And you've also mentioned that you've drawn certain inspirations from the books you've read, movies, and people that you've met. Could you give us an example of your favorite book, your favorite movie, and maybe something personal that's happened to you?
I mean, it is Sing Street. I mean, I think that's like our rule for the Rose. We love Sing Street. That's our #1 movie, just because that's what brought us together too. So favorite movie, Sing Street. Favorite book, as of right now, I'm actually reading this book called The Metaverse. It's a Korean book, but it's about the metaverse and the whole, virtual space and what the future holds with it. And I've been really interested in that recently. That's my new hobby. Really been reading up on, what the future might be, can be. So yeah, that book called Metaverse. I don't know if they have an English version. It's a Korean book. And then my personal experiences. I have so many. Like, what kind of personal experiences do you want? Can we make it more thorough?
Something really personal that you can share with us.
Oh no, if it's really personal, I just keep it to myself.
Yeah, we know that. We know that you'll keep it to yourself.
Really personal. Let's see. I just had mandu. That's pretty personal.
Oh, yum.
Kimchi mandu, yeah.
Okay. You've also mentioned that in another life you might have been is it psychologist?
Oh yes, that was actually going to be my major if I went to college. So
Oh, that's interesting. Do you think about that sometimes, about like an alternate life, what life would be like if you went down this road?
yeah, I mean, I feel like that would have been a good life as well. Just like this one, I think I'm just the type of person to try to make the best out of everything that comes my way for now. So that wouldn't have been too bad, going to college with my friends, maybe, partying a little bit more, and having, those college nights. I don't know what they are because I've never been, but, those dorm room nights where you're with your friends and staying with your friends and living with them, all that good stuff. I think I would have enjoyed it very much. I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to do it.
Yeah, oh, fair enough. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm sure you've had some pretty amazing experiences, so I guess it's a bit of a trade-off.
It is a trade-off, and I'm not mad at it at all. Yeah.
Two more questions around that question, actually. With the books, how many books do you read, as in like on a routine,
Oh, how many books? These days I read a lot on my phone, just because the times are changing. I read a lot of articles on my phone too. So that's like every day. Like I wake up, look at the calendar, look at what's going on in this world, look at the news, trying to inform myself of what's really happening. And then books wise, like a physical book, I would say a good like 2 a month, if I have time. I've been reading a lot of webtoons as well. There's so many things you can read on your phone these days that books are becoming more sacred and more, it's a different experience now, because on your phone it's so easy, right? You could be looking at an article, then you could scroll through your Instagram, then you could go on Twitter, then there's so many things that could happen. But a physical book is just that book, with that story. So I think it's a different experience, and I'm trying to enjoy both of it.
Yeah, retention rates are so low these days. I'm really into reading Marvel comics. That's what I'm up to.
Ooh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I read that on my iPad now, so that's my way of reading.
Oh, not on the physical comic books?
Nah, no one does that, no. Yeah, you can store like 25,000 comics on here, so I'm just...
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's so different now.
Yeah. Speaking of movies and shows, have you watched Squid Game?
Yes, I have. You know what? That's so funny because I watched it the minute it came out, and I binge watched it. I watched the whole season in one sitting.
9 hours.
It was a good experience, yeah.
Which character do you relate with the most?
Relate with? None, to be honest, but I feel like they are all relatable in like different senses. Like for example, like for me, I feel like I can't really describe myself as just being this. If I was in their shoes, I could have done the same thing, I feel like. And how they grew up and everything. If you think about all that, then it's not weird what they chose to do. And I think I try to always understand where they're coming from. So for me, yeah, relatable everyone. But my favorite character, if you're asking, the grandpa.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sneaky grandpa. I knew something was up in that first episode.
Right? He was number 1, so...
Yeah, great show. What are you watching at the moment?
That was my last show that I watched, just because after that it's been kind of hectic. So yeah, no TV. I haven't watched Netflix or anything after that.
Well, fair enough. Before we wrap up, I thought I'll teach you some Australian slang, if that's okay.
All right, mate.
We didn't go through many last time, so I thought I'll brush you up for when you come to Australia.
Okay, I'll be ready.
The first one, I think you already said it. It's g'day.
G'day. G'day. Oh my god, I'm so horrible at accents.
G'day.
G'day. G'day.
Do you know what this means?
Like good day?
Yeah. So g'day is like, g'day, mate.
G'day, mate. Oh my god, I probably sound so bad. Sorry, guys. No offense.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, here's the second one. It's brekkie.
Brekkie. That's a first. What's that?
Brekkie is short for breakfast.
Oh, so let's go get some brekkie, mate.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll remember that one, yeah.
Okay, here's a good one. Dunny. Dunny. What do you think dunny means?
Dunny. I don't know. Let's see. Dunny. Don't eat? I don't know.
Close. I'll give you one more guess.
Do you have a clue?
It's a place you gotta go often.
Oh, often. Bathroom.
Yes!
Yes. The dunny.
Dunny is a toilet. So we say toilet here in Australia too, how Americans say bathroom. Australians just straight out say toilet. But yeah, we say dunny. I gotta go to the dunny.
Oh, I've never heard of that. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna go to the dunny. I gotta hit the dunny.
Hit the dunny. Okay, the last one is this one, which I feel is quite important, especially if you're having a night out. You know, you're feeling hungry. What is this? Macca's.
Macca's?
Macca's.
Macca's.
Yeah. What's Macca's?
Macca's, is it a bar?
Not a bar. No, not a bar.
If you're having a night out, huh? What do you do on your night out? I don't know.
So after a long night and you're feeling hungry, you might go to Macca's.
Eat? Restaurant?
Yeah, you're basically on the right track. It is McDonald's.
Oh. Jeez. I would have never guessed that. I would have never guessed that. Like Mickey D's, like that's what they call it in California. They're like, let's go to Mickey D's.
Yeah, so in Australia we say Macca's, and it's actually on some of the signs here as well.
Oh, no way. Okay.
Yeah.
I did not catch that. Yeah, I will remember those. So I will use it when I go. But I feel like if I use it, it feels like so awkward that they might just be like, what are you saying? It's like me going to California and being like, hey bro, like, what's up bro? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, I think that's one of your charms, you know, you're quite authentic, you're really you know. I had a random question too. Have you ever gone to a city and, you know, when you're announced, you're like, hey, Sydney. Have you ever said the wrong city?
No, not yet, and I do not want to. Maybe one time I pronounced it wrong, one of the harder ones, but not like a wrong city. I would never do that because that's like, I don't want to do it. I will never do it. I'll try my best not to do it just because it just kind of makes it feel like the people that are there that day and they're from that city, it feels like it's a big disrespect, you know. I'm not doing these shows, you know, just to get through them. I'm really doing this so the people in the city that came could enjoy it. And for me to say, that's like having a girlfriend and calling her a different name.
Yeah.
Maybe like an ex's name. That's like that bad. So no, I don't think I'll ever, you know. But I do practice though, just so I do not do that.
You're like, Sydney, I got this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like during the rehearsals, like we rehearse and I'm like, what's up, Sydney? You know what I mean? Like I always make sure I say the correct city. Yeah.
Fantastic. Just to wrap up, WOOSUNG, do you have a message for Australian and New Zealand fans?
Hey, Australian, New Zealand fans. What up, mate? Yeah, I would love to go to a Mickey's and eat some Australian McDonald's and perform there soon. Maybe hit the dunny a little bit if I have to go. And yeah, good day.
Thank you so much, WOOSUNG. I'll catch you in Korea. See you later.
Yeah, see you later. Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Trieu.